Hello, everyone. And boy, that was an awful millennial pause, even though I'm a Gen Xer. But it was because I was closing a notification about it recording. Uh, my name is Ron Warren, and on behalf of Frank Jernigan of Phrancko.com, I'd like to welcome everyone to this week's meeting of the Phrancko Sweater Knitters. Phrancko.com is a place where you can use your yarn, your measurements, your swatch, your gauge to create a custom top-down sweater with set-in sleeve architecture for a perfect fit around the shoulders and through the underarms. All of that is at Phrancko.com. Um, Depending on where you've seen this, you should probably find that spelling somewhere around, whether you're looking at this on YouTube um, or got to it through a Ravelry forum. That's where you can find more. So Frank isn't with us this week, but we're holding down the fort for him. So let me welcome everyone. Hello, Wally.
Hello, Ron and everyone.
Hello. Hello, Nick
Hello, everyone.
and Sumner.
Hi.
And there's Tim, but I already said hello to him this morning.
We're in the same room.
Yes. And there's Sung. Hello, Sung.
Hi, everyone.
And Sergio.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. So it's a smaller group today, it looks like. Seems a
Wow.
lot going on in the summer.
Right
now.
too much.
People must be busy doing things. Maybe we'll have some more people drop in. So before we started the recording, Sumner is working on the hoodie that Frank published in Cast On Magazine that he was promising to make for about 8 years. Slight exaggeration. Closer to 8 years than 50, but still. But he's working on it now, so all's forgiven. And looking at the pattern, if you want to show everyone, you've got your stitches picked up. I'm going to spotlight you here for the top of the Joey pouch on the kangaroo pocket on the hoodie. The instructions include an integrated front pocket, like a sweatshirt. And you were having some questions about how you proceed from there once you've got those stitches on hold, and then you knit down to the bottom of the body, right?
Right.
So he shared the pattern with me, and I was looking at it, and it looks like your instinct was correct. You are knitting back up from the needle that you are currently on, and knitting upwards to the stitches that are on hold, where you will then join them. And that is why it has you working decreases there, rather than, let's see. Wait, make one right. Wait. No, I think I said that backwards. Starting with needle number 2, start a new strand at right end of stitches. You are making one.
Make one. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. So
Yeah, you tricked me and then I read it wrong. So yeah, it looks like,
where this is, I'm going to put a needle in there
yes.
Right, you're picking up the stitches.
because
And
the
then
stitches are kind of picked
Yeah.
up.
And you'll pick up in those, you'll knit across those, begin working the directions, starting at row 3. You begin to work, make one right and left mirrored at each edge between the little garter stitch border. And then once you're down to the edge, you'll knit them together with the stitches on needle 2 that you have on hold still, and sort of work those as decreases in the manner of like a 3-needle bind off to graft the stitches together at the bottom and then continue on.
Okay. Now that you read it through with me, yes, that actually makes sense.
That does
Thank
make a
you.
degree of sense.
It does. So I have a question where on this hoodie, it has a garter stitch border on the pocket edge.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be something just as simple to do an I-cord edge?
Yes, probably so. And You might want to swatch it both ways just to make sure you don't need to do any short rows in between. But garter stitch pulls in more than
And
stockinette
stockinette.
stitch does in row wise. And an I cord, you're only like half of every other row is slipped when making an I cord edge, so it may even out. You may be able to do an I cord edge there without too much puckering or anything at the edge, although you might still want to make a little swatch with an I cord at one edge and garter stitch at the other and see if one pulls in more if you need to compensate with
Yeah, I think I'll
there.
make just the pocket front and then
Yeah.
see what does it look
Yeah.
like on either edge.
Yeah, if you put garter stitch on one edge and an I cord that treatment that you like on the other edge, then you could know. But I think that would be an easy enough alteration to make. And then
Yeah, I would think so. I'm not a big fan of garter stitch edging,
no,
but it definitely needs something because it's a kangaroo
Right.
pocket.
Mhm.
right. Yeah, I can't just hang out there because
Right,
it's
because it'll
closed
you know,
edge.
curl and it'll look unfinished.
Yeah, if you're not the sort of person who finds just a single slip stitched edge objectionable, you could probably also get away with that.
Yeah, I like
Add
that
a little
too.
to add a little structure to the edge of and the way it's attached might prevent it curling in much at those edges. Who can say?
Right.
But
Yeah, swatch it.
that's one of those terrible answers where it's just like, yeah, that sounds like it could work. Swatch. I'm not telling you to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you it will work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I'm
it's
not
where
going to.
it's where you're talking about where you put your hands in.
Right.
Yes.
I would think the more robust the edge, the more wear you would get and the more structure there would be.
Right.
And I would think an I cord would be probably a better solution than a garter stitch.
Well,
Just-
I thought that as well because
Just to
I'm
if
pretty
you're
rough.
putting your hands in.
on my sweaters. Like
Yeah.
I will really wear it.
Yeah.
I can also imagine that if I were writing a hoodie pattern with a joey pouch on it like that, I would not want to describe to someone how to start and end an I cord edging when you do the graft at the bottom.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that's like, you feel free to figure that out. Like when teaching knitting classes or when people come in with like knitting things they want to do, many times the explanations are like, I'm just going to start talking and it's going to sound insane. But I promise you that what I'm doing is easier done than said. Once
Right.
you're doing it, it's quite easy. But me explaining it to you sounds like I am making things up.
Right. Yeah, I've never done an I cord edge with as you're increasing out.
Right.
Like I'm doing a make one, but I'm doing an I cord edge. Wait a minute.
The only issue that you might foresee is you might need the occasional short row in the I cord itself, because I cord on a straight edge already draws in a bit because it's slip stitched. And if you're working on a diagonal edge, the diagonal of a square is longer than the length of its side.
Right. I think it would pucker in.
So
make
you
it
might
tighter.
get a
Put your
substantial
hands in.
amount of puckering, because
Yeah.
garter stitch, while it does draw in, also has a substantial amount of vertical stretch that an I cord does not have. So that is
Right, but
another consideration. You're moving diagonally rather than orthogonally.
and with garter stitch edging, I always do a short row in,
Yeah.
like because it pulls down and stockinette. If you're gonna make them match, you need more rows in the garter
You want to
stitch.
delay
Yeah.
flat on the edge. So
Yeah.
many people, when working a garter stitch border on stockinette, every fifth garter ridge or so will
Yeah.
throw in an extra one. So every 10th row, throw in a
Right.
extra row of.
So that's what I was thinking. Like maybe with the I cord, that I'll just build in that like every fourth. Put a
Right.
okay. That's
A small degree of cupping is probably okay because it follows the contours of the curve and helps keep things in your pocket.
Yeah, and it's a pouch. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's a
okay.
pouch.
You know, it's supposed to pouch. You know.
You don't want your Joey to fall out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sergio.
Excuse me?
Joey being the English word for a baby kangaroo.
I know. This pattern in custom magazine.
Mhm.
In custom, the
Oh.
pattern, the sweater is in custom magazine in the
Yes,
TKGA. Ah, okay. I would like to
it
see.
is. Do you know which month and year or which season and
No,
year?
but you can find it easily.
Yeah, I have it. Sergio, you're a member of Cast On, right?
Hmm.
Of TKGA. It is where are we? Search. Why isn't there a date? It's like summer 2023.
Hmm.
One is 23 and one is 19.
18 or 19, yeah.
Yeah, it has a great picture on the front, but it's summer 2023. I don't have.
Oh, I'll see later because now it's taking too long to the web. So, but yes, I know how to find it. I like it. I like the pattern.
Presuming Frank watches this whole video before he posts it to make sure we didn't do anything terrible to tarnish his reputation. He could put a note in the comments if people want to find a way to follow it. But yes, that the hoodie pattern, which is why I feel comfortable having Sumner share it with me for me to look at. Otherwise, find your own pattern. But I'm also a member of Cast On Magazine, or a member of TKGA, so I can access Cast On Magazine. But that's where you find it. If you're a member of TKGA, the Frank's hoodie pattern, you can search him as a designer.
Yes, in search you just have to put the name and that's it.
Oh, okay.
Sergio, you know, but I was telling people who were watching later.
Yeah, it's called Plain and Simple Hoodie.
Try ignoring the chain stitches. I was in my sidebar helping Tim with a couple of granny squares from the granny square deck that he made us. What you can see him holding them now, and he wants to stitch them together, but they have different stitch counts on the edges, despite the patterns presumably being made so you can mix and match them. But one of them has chain stitches that go all the way up to the top. Try omitting those chain stitches and see if the stitch counts even up. As my daddy always said, if you're not cheating, you're not trying very hard.
Right.
I am firmly of the make it work school of thought. Just like, I don't know, cheat, sew it together somehow. Let's see. Do we want to see what everyone is working on this week? Tim's trying to sew together his granny squares. Do you want to hold up your finished granny squares, or did you last week?
I did just now, but here they are.
So two little
Oh, they
modified
look good.
squares that he's trying to
Oh,
attach somehow. And it's your first time seaming crochet in this way.
Oh, how cute.
yeah, they're nice.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I think we shared these decks last time, but they're full of a lot of really cute patterns, and the cards are really sturdy, and you can lay them out next to one another. They're made of pretty good cardstock, and they have the charts on the back, and you can mix and match them, so they're very good. All right, everyone, let's report. What are we working on? Show us what's in your lap, especially with the cat.
Shall I go first? Any
it.
objection?
You shall.
I'm continuing with my mohair single.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Kind
Oh,
of like
nice.
that.
Let me spotlight you. Don't go in. Like,
Hang on, let me see if I can get focused. Hold on. It's not going to
some of us
focus
are
now.
never
Oh, there
quiet.
we go.
Oh, nice.
There we go. So
It's a nice lace
I'm trying to get it
pattern.
focused, and it doesn't seem to want to focus
Well,
at
the
all.
blur gives it a very romantic diaphanous quality. So
There we go. Maybe that looks better.
soft focus.
Very nice.
That looks
Mm,
better.
yes.
So that's coming on, although I think I need to do about 4 times the length I've already done it, because it's meant
Is
to be
it
a
a-
shawl.
A
Is that a
shawl.
gift?
Kind.
Knit.
Yeah, it is a gift. It's not
All
my
right.
cup of tea. And I've also had a major fail
No.
because I've done this much of a sweater, and the fabric is really lovely.
Mm.
It's called waffle, I think,
Mhm.
and it's a basic slip stitch pattern. So you knit one round, purl one round in one color, and then in the blue, not that it looks blue here, but in the blue, you knit one round, slipping every other stitch, and then purl one round, slipping every other stitch.
Oh,
And
wow.
it creates this waffle pattern.
Oh,
But
how wow.
what I found I did was, well, you know, when you do something and you think, I still don't understand how I've done that. So this is my back with my short rows, and then I think I've misread where to do the increases.
Is that your
So,
sleeve?
so I've kind of increased on the sleeves and not increased on the front. So I've got sleeves that are massive
Right.
and a body that's really, really tiny. So
Yeah, you got
I've been
you've got sleeves the size of a body and a body the size of sleeves.
exactly. So and it's all because I read where my start of round was. I must have read it wrong, and I just carried on knitting, thinking the blue stitch marker is the beginning of the round. So therefore, increase there, decrease, you know, increase, and I managed to knit. And don't forget, we all know that a slip stitch pattern is twice as long as
Right.
a normal pattern.
Right.
So I've
much-
managed to knit all this, and
Oh,
then
wow.
realized that I've got to start again, because there's no point. I can't correct it. There's nothing I
No,
can do
of
to
course
correct
not.
Oh,
Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
Yeah, so it kind of got flung in the corner, and
Who could blame you?
I'm just going to start again. I'm not even going to unravel this. I'm just starting again.
To paraphrase Stephanie Pearl McPhee, excellent knitters make bigger mistakes faster.
How
That's
true.
probably true.
That's true.
The oh, how
Of course,
frustrating!
we think our work is always correct.
Hey,
Oh, and it was one of those patterns that you increased. You've got 4 stitch markers, and you increased each side of the stitch marker on every stitch marker. You did it, and then the next round you did it on every other stitch marker. So you kind of got into this groove of, oh, this is every round, this is every other round, and you just carried on and on and on. And I never even looked at my knitting to think, how is this going to fit me?
an implausible sweater.
Be very frustrating.
You don't have any
Yeah,
very
I was.
shaped friends?
Maybe
Not in
Quasimodo.
that manner. Wow.
No, I can't think of anyone it would fit, to be honest.
No. The what is the nature of the yarn you're using? The depth of the pattern, it looks very like smushy, and the texture is very well suited to the yarn, it seems.
This was quite a cheapy one. It was Drops Merino Extra Fine. So, and this is meant to be sea blue or something like that. I don't know what color it is. That kind of that sort of color, but it doesn't look like it in this light, but it's that one. because I just wanted a fairly quick, what I thought was going to be a quick knit.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't phrase it correctly. The knitting was quick. It just wasn't what you intended
It was-
to be. You don't get an object at the
knitting-
end.
The knitting was quick and mindless, and the results show.
Oh no.
Yeah,
How's
I
everyone
wasn't
else
happy.
doing? Anyone else have a disaster? Or is everyone else doing better this week?
No, I don't have a disaster.
We'll see
I-
if Nick gets the prize for.
I'm still working on mine. Seems like the body takes forever to do.
Mhm.
So this is how far I got.
Wow.
And so yeah. I mean,
Nice.
the weather is absolutely hot here, so I don't really want to be
Mhm.
doing this all the time. So,
Yeah.
but it's coming along. So
Nice.
yes.
For those of you
Um,
that live in hot climates, does your tension change with humidity?
I
I
have
haven't-
to use
I haven't
what's the
noticed.
name? I don't know the name. This powder, the white powder. What's the name?
Talcum powder?
Talcum powder,
Baby powder, talcum powder.
baby powder, talcum powder.
Yes. In summer.
Oh,
It's not. It's. I'm going to. Yes.
Mm,
We are very hot.
The yarn gets grabbed in my fingers, and it's not running.
Mhm.
So from
Mhm.
time to time, I have to use a bit of powder.
all right.
Alright.
While we're very hot, we do not get particularly high humidity. It is a rare
Mm.
day that it is very humid here. Mostly we are in what feels like a Ron Popeil food dehydrator
Mm.
most of the time. Um, and I become a dried fruit.
And
Talcum
here in the
powder.
north, and here in the Northeast, we feel like wet rags.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, just like a mattress stitch.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, when you walk outside from after taking a shower and immediately feel as though you need a shower.
Mm. Yep.
But
So-
yeah.
When I got stuck on my hoodie, I picked up an Estonian sock pattern. It's actually designed from Estonian mittens, but it's socks.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
how
Oh,
nice.
lovely.
Look at that.
Yeah.
How about you?
Hmm.
Wow.
that's really
Ah.
nice.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh,
That was my
Corrugated-
mindless knitting thing.
Corrugated ribbing at the top.
Yes,
Hmm.
but
oh,
it's
wow.
working good. A lot of fun.
Has the
I
pattern
love corrugated ribbon.
You on 9-inch
Like the-
circulars?
No, 12. I
Oh.
think they're 12.
No.
I usually use longer ones, but I didn't have them in 4. Normally I knit socks on zeros, but being stranded,
Mm.
no.
I would never get my foot in.
Hmm.
And Jenny's not here to get you.
These are 4s, so this is very stretchy
Mhm.
and cozy because it's on 4s.
Mm.
Hmm.
I like fingering weight stranded color work on a 4 when I don't make socks, but I make hats that are stranded color work with fingering weight yarn, and a 4 is my go-to needle for
Yeah,
those.
it's very soft, nice cozy fabric,
Mhm.
But
easy
with the
to
2 layers of yarn, it's not
Yeah.
gathered. So has your pattern done anything to compensate for the fact that corrugated ribbing doesn't really stretch or pull in, or is it just
No, it's just straight.
nicely? Yeah.
It's
Mm.
just
How many
straight.
stitches did you cast on?
72.
All right, okay.
So
And
this
what's the
part goes
four?
up against my calf.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not gonna squeeze my calf too much either, so it's fine. Like
Hmm.
Yeah.
it won't slouch or anything. It'll because it's still color work, so
Hmm.
it has a lot of it's gonna
It's a
stand
nice
up,
design, yes.
you know. It won't slouch or anything. But no, they're very comfortable. I like them.
They're lovely.
Something to do and not think about.
Careful.
Yeah.
I know.
Your sock
Yeah.
might wind up with two sleeves that are way too big. Oh.
Yep. A
I
lot in there though, Nick, I tell you.
I did a lot of tatting this week, but I've also been knitting on my. I finished the first full repeat of the lace after breaking the
All right.
ends.
Oh,
Mm.
nice.
Mm.
I now know. I mean, that's how it looks. I'm
Oh.
very pleased with
wow.
the look of the lace. It's very straightforward. Yeah, and I don't know, it just has a sort of graphic quality that I really, really enjoy.
Mm.
But I now know with the number using my little timer, and now that there's no more increases or decreases, I know I have about 20 hours and 45 minutes of knitting left to do before I
Mm.
finish, before this is as long as I want it to be, because I'm knitting it relatively long. I want it to be like 34 inches.
Oh, wow.
Things that I'm wearing is just like a sweater. I knit to 32 inches, but I wanted this a bit longer because I'm going to wear it as like a drapey outer layer in
Yeah.
warm weather to catch a breeze on
Mm.
days that someone's decided to order a breeze and it came in on time.
That's fun.
But I'm pleased with it. I like the way it looks. I think it'll have a very graphic quality, and I'm always wearing a black V-neck, so it looks almost like it's color work
Mm.
rather than
Beautiful.
open
Mhm.
work. And the fabric for this being what is marketed as and generally used as kind of a workhorsey or sort of for crafty type projects like bags and amigurumi and things like that. I should stop doing that. That's creepy.
You're gonna get us edited out.
It makes me so mad. The fabric,
Frank's
I
just
love this
gonna
yarn.
shake his head.
This is coastal. What have they gotten up to? This is again coastal cotton from Queensland, and I know Tim and I are big proponents of this yarn. That's also what Tim's made his granny squares there out of the fine weight. This is the worsted weight, and that's a sport weight, fine cotton. So that's what I've been up to. And
Nice.
wait, let's see. Wow.
It's a great color.
Yeah.
Little tatted motif.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice. Are you
Ron,
gonna
could I
applicate that?
Could I see that close up? Can you?
Oh yes, I didn't spotlight myself. Wink. This thing.
Oh
Mm.
my
Look at
gosh.
that.
That's
Oh, wow.
great.
I will
Wow.
show you where I got it. I ordered this book. The only contemporary needle tatting book I could get is
Yeah.
Japanese,
Yeah.
Wow.
but it's excellent.
Mhm.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And if you're not familiar with Japanese fiber arts publications, once you've deciphered the legend of the symbols, everything is exceedingly well documented and very consistent. So
Wow.
Mm.
despite me being illiterate in Japanese,
Mm.
I do have a master's degree in linguistics. That does help.
Mm.
That's got to be a noun phrase. That I could. But this has been excellent.
Mm.
So if it's interested in needle tatting, if you ever tried shuttle tatting and found it frustrating,
Is that book just needle tatting?
the patterns can be used for any tatting technique.
Okay.
The only places where needle tatting and shuttle tatting really differ is securing in between rings and chains. Otherwise, the rings and chains themselves work out identically in the chart, but in between rings and chains in needle tatting, you put a small knot. that you don't put in shuttle tatting. But
Uh-huh.
they're all the same, and all the charts can be you can apply to.
And does that not get in the way like knitting, the knot you don't want? I mean, does that not show up in tatting? Can you
There,
feel it? Can you see it?
no,
No.
I mean, there's like 8 knots in here,
Hmm.
and it
No.
feels just like the rest of the tatting. And in this case, they're quite large knots because this is worsted weight yarn.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
Well,
So no, it feels no
Okay.
different. If you've never made anything with tatting or you're not familiar with it, it's just a series of lark's head knots
Yeah.
made onto another piece of yarn or thread that is either connected in a ring or left in a little
Yeah.
chain to connect pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, you just work from piece to piece to secure your work and move on. In needle tatting, you put a small knot
Oh.
at the
Mm-hmm.
base, but it's indistinguishable. And in finer yarn, it's even less so.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
yeah.
What, are
I
you gonna
really-
applicate it on something?
I'll probably just put it in a drawer and forget about it.
Oh,
And I'll find,
God.
oh, remember that week I was obsessed with tatting?
But traditionally, what was it used for?
Doilies, edgings on tea towels. Despite the
Pillowcases.
absence of tea, we do have tea towels. I don't know why, but we do have tea towels. Pillowcases,
Handkerchief.
handkerchief,
Handkerchief. Yeah.
collars, bands.
Yeah.
It's
Tablecloths.
So any edging
Yeah,
application.
any
really.
edging.
Yeah.
yeah, and doilies. You can
Yeah.
make very large, complicated doilies.
Where's its origin from?
Who knows?
French.
It's one of those things that cropped up one day and people were doing before anyone wrote it down. It
Hmm.
very much started as a cottage craft, and the first published patterns, I think, were within the last 200 years. I think the first published patterns come down to the 19th century. But it was because the lace isn't as like elegant as bobbin lace or any of the traditionally like
Mhm.
knitted laces or other lace making. It was very much just like a cottage activity, like a household domestic craft that you like made things for yourself on a budget with
Yeah.
time
Mhm.
constraints, and you stuck them on your daughter's confirmation dress when you needed to confirm that you had a daughter.
Mhm.
I lose the details at that point.
Oh,
But
interesting.
people ask you about things when you're a yarn shop proprietor, and do you know anything about tatting? Uh, give me a week, and I'll know something. So 20 hours and 45 minutes if I stop tatting.
All right. Hmm.
Sung, what are you working on?
Actually, no, I'm just still working on Franco's. I'm doing the other sleeve. I don't have a lot of time to knit during the week.
Mm,
Um, that's because I'm watching my grandson,
mhm.
and he's right now he's going to be about 18 months old,
Oh,
and his name is Vincent, and I want to make him a sweater,
Cute.
and I don't know how to start this.
Mm,
Raglan, is it yoke? The weight of the yarn has to be thin enough so that you can see the details.
right.
And I'm wondering if I can use Frank's yoke pattern that he had hard time coming
Mhm.
up with. In Tarja, is it ladderback jacquard, Fair Isle?
Hmm.
And I have,
Uh,
so I thought I was gonna at some point ask this group what their
let me-
opinion is, because I'm not going to be able to start this until I get back to Chicago. I'm watching my grandson while I'm in New York. But
when it comes to potential Phrancos, the first thing that comes to mind with me is using the Henley pattern, but making the front the back, so that there are buttons in the back to accommodate his big baby head.
Oh, gosh, I didn't even think about that.
I mean, you could also make a regular Henley and put the buttons in the front.
Right, but that might get in the middle of the pattern, the motif or whatever design.
If you want the front to be
The pretty
your full
Mhm.
canvas for your colors, using the Henley, babies are pretty symmetrical, all the ones I've seen. Most babies are pretty symmetrical. I appreciate anyone out there who has an asymmetrical baby. We love them too. But many babies being pretty symmetrical. You should just be able to treat the front of the sweater as the back, depending on, I don't know that the Henley includes many short rows for the back. You may just find some way to stick them in what would be the front of the pattern. Otherwise, that few inches of Henley makes a great place for it to come unbuttoned, or you can add a zip there if you feel like it, but it's all written with those directions in mind, and you just swap the front and back, and then you have the full front to play around with the work.
The other
That's-
thing, the other thing that struck me, have you seen assigned and planned pooling of colors?
Yeah, my personality, I like to know where I'm going. I like to know where I'm doing. I don't want the yarn to do the work for me. I would like, it's just
Right.
my personality. And I would like to put all these motifs in.
Right.
So if you were to do something like this, what technique would you use? I mean,
I think what the sort of the organiform, the roundness of the shapes and the flowing shapes would lend themselves best to sections of short rows, to make little round motifs in the pattern, and then how to just, have you seen this kind of short row knitting where it just sort of makes medallions in the middle of different shapes and kind of looks like sand art?
didn't Frank do something similar?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He did. Frank has that. He has a special notation for short rows that he's shown us a few times, and that is again what comes to mind. Short row knitting with if you use variegated yarns that have the colors that you intend, and just let them be a little bit painterly in there, but then you have complete control over the size of the motifs, where they occur, where the color changes from different yarns occur. I think short rows might be
I'm going to try that.
who else has a great idea?
Well, I like Swiss darning with like flat
Yeah.
knitting, because you can really overstitch and just
Yeah.
pretty much paint a picture.
Right. So if you were to do Swiss darning, would you knit the sweater in this deep blue, purple, and then do all these motifs in Swiss darning?
So I would probably do intarsia for the peak, right? And then the background in a solid, and then Swiss darn the motifs, the swirls.
I think for something so complicated, you're going to have to use a variety of techniques.
Yeah.
So probably a bit of short row, a bit of a bit of intarsia, maybe pick your variegated yarns, maybe some assigned pooling or whatever. But you are going to have to be. You're going to have to throw everything at it, aren't you?
You are painterly about it, and mix matching your embroidery techniques as well. Swiss darning doing very well for large blocks of color, but you may just do some back stitching or stem stitch to make little individual lines.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Pearls.
The short rows are like you say short rows like this book from Woolly Wormhead.
Let me
This
add
kind
to-
of short rows with color.
show us the book again, please.
Oh, it's reversed. You can read it reversed.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
it's
Oh,
fine.
look at that.
It's only reversed
Sure.
for you. It
Short
makes it
row.
forward for us.
I'm sorry, Sergio, can I see that title again? Short row. Oh
It's
my
like
goodness.
this, no?
Yes, that's exactly the sort of thing I was thinking of. That
Mhm.
has that shape, that organoform.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
Why can't you say anything normally, Ron? Um,
Oh,
but
Oh.
It's
some would like to see the
short row
title
color
and
mixing.
author.
Yeah. Short row coloring.
Can you put
Color work.
that you can read? How can I do it?
Yep. Yeah, I can
Just
read it
hold it
fine.
very still.
Color work. Okay. Thank you.
And that's by
Thank you
Woolly
very-
Woolly
It's
Wormhead.
Wally Wormhead.
Okay.
Wormhead.
Great.
Thank you. I'm gonna order that book.
Yeah.
There's 1,000 suggestions all at once.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, that's
Oh my
beautiful.
God, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
But didn't that Mrs. Grace's shawl have all those short rows in those shawls that he made? They were all multicolored blues.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. I looked at Ravelry. There's not
I've
much
just put-
there.
I've just put the book in the chat, but it's
Thank
you
in
very
the
much,
English,
Nick.
it's English Amazon, so you'll have to convert it to
We'll
American.
figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll consider that our penance for pressuring you into saying sweater instead of jumper.
Well, I
That
like
must be
the
very
idea.
uncomfortable.
I like the idea of using Frank's pattern because, I have to find a pattern that would match my gauge,
Mhm.
and that would be kind of hard to do. So that's a great idea.
That is my number one reason for being a huge like Phrancko Sweater or Phrancko.com proponent, because like in my entire knitting career, I don't know that I've ever followed a pattern as written. I
Mhm.
always make modifications and play around, and being able to take a pattern that, as long as I've made my gauge measurements carefully, or as long as I know the modifications that I'm making aren't going to affect those gauge measurements in those places, I know my sweater will still work,
Mhm.
regardless of what I do to it.
Mm.
Yeah.
As long as I've
Yeah.
been careful about my gauge. And you guys have seen some of the stuff I've made. I do all kinds
Yeah.
of
Mm-hmm.
but the sweaters always work.
Oh,
Um,
wow. That's fantastic.
Seems like
Thank you
it.
so much.
Let's see.
Yes, I started my first Phrancko Sweater.
Show us.
Mm.
It's that stage.
Oh,
It's
there you
that
go.
stage.
Yeah, look at that.
It's just 2 days, so it's just a sleeve, the sleeve cut increases. So I think that the worst part is done. No, the
Yes.
multiple
And you're making the crew neck? Oh yeah, you've already joined. Yes.
crew neck.
Yes. From here on out, it's just smooth sailing, very easy increases, splitting the sleeves, and then a tube or 3 tubes. Here, hold it up a little bit more. Show us.
I think it's even easier than the baby sweater. This one is easier.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with it.
Good. You ought to be. Yes, I think that's the part that you've just made when people get started that feels the most intimidating, that feels like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how this is going to be a sweater. And there's like 8 yarn ends hanging out of it. And you become afraid that that's what the rest of the sweater is going to be like. But as you said, that's the fussy part is done. The rest of it is incredibly simple. And even that only requires that much like learning and very, very careful attention the first time. After that, you learn to trust that you're going to make this little weird thing, and then it's going to be a very easy sweater for the rest of the process.
Yeah.
Or straightforward, at least, even if it's not
That,
easy.
I would like to for the cuff, instead of ribbing, I would like to knit a corrugated ribbon because I like. What bind off? It's a good bind off for corrugated ribbon. What do you think? Bind off in pattern or what?
Binding off in pattern is always a straightforward option. You can, if you don't want the floats to be seen right at the edge, a few rows of reverse stockinette in one of the colors to make a curled edge. An applied I-cord or an I-cord bind off can also look good.
Hmm?
One of
It's a good
the
idea.
yeah. Or the sewn Italian, two-color Italian bind off, which works in knits and pearls and makes, and you can do the sewn bind off. You can find those tutorials for like two-color brioche and whatever, and sort
Yes,
of,
yes, yes. I know.
yeah.
But I call it a good idea. I'll have to think about that. It's a good idea.
Because that's like it's a sort of cool graphic punctuation. If the floats close to the edge bother you, if not, bind off in pattern and it's just as lovely. One of my
Watch
favorite
it.
things is, whoa.
So something, Serge, is in this Estonian sock. The cast on is two-color cast on in pattern.
Let me
Nice.
spotlight you, Sumner.
So
There you go.
the cast on is two-color cast
beautiful.
on in pattern,
Beautiful.
Yes, beautiful.
and it has a matching bind off.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of cool. I think when you go all the way up and you don't have a one color cast on,
That's
But-
really good.
it rolls over, right? I don't know. I love it. So there is a corresponding two color bind off,
Yes.
and
Beautiful.
that's how I would probably do it. And it's like a cast off in pattern.
Yeah.
It's very similar. It's not complicated, but you got to go slow because it wraps, and you're constantly like turning your yarn around.
Oh, your yarn twists up.
Your yarn twists up, so you got to go slow. Do like 5 or 10, and then unwrap your yarn. Do 5 or 10, unwrap your yarn. You know, because the bottom of your waist, that's a lot of stitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It really is something.
Here's some. This is that one.
Let me spotlight
What
you.
is that?
Hello,
This is-
Frank.
Hello.
Hi, Brad.
Hey, Frank.
What
This
is that?
That's Mrs. Grace's shawl.
And I mean, is that the yarn? Oh no, it's a short row.
Yeah, these are all short rows.
And you're using two colors, or how many?
They have a multi-colors. These were what is it? Red and yellows and blues. Multicolors of blues.
And it's. I mean, how many yarn color is?
I think there were
it's-
three or four.
Beautiful, yeah.
Okay, so it's not something that was dyed like that.
No.
Okay,
They're all individual.
and that's by short row.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a beautiful background. That would
Yeah.
make a beautiful
Yeah.
background.
If you did that,
And,
shades
you
would-
know, he had
Let's
And
all
that's
say
called-
hello to-
they had the whole how they set it up.
And that's called Mrs.
It's called Mrs. Grace's Tapestry Knitting Shawl by Skankos.
Gankos.
Okay.
Skanko, yeah.
Skein, like
Phrancko.
what yarn comes in?
Okay.
The man was called Skanko. He was a Swedish man. I think he's passed away though.
All
I
right.
was beginning to
Thank
fear
you.
that Skanko was
I like
Phrancko's
the
alter
face.
ego.
I like the face, Ron.
Hello, Frank. We were all Sung has a grandson named Vincent and wants to make a Van Gogh inspired sweater, and we were all just bullying her into using short rows.
I think that's the way to go.
So we're throwing every short row related thing we have at her in the name
Great
of
idea.
inspiration and not bullying at all.
And that
Well,
even
let me
come
just
up.
let me just quickly say I'm happy I made it back because I was in the emergency room with my husband Andrew, who's having some issues with his neck again. He's due for an operation later in August, but he had some new symptoms this morning.
Mm.
But they told him to go home and just wait and see if it gets worse. So
Oh.
and then wait for the operation. So we're back home.
Oh, that's good.
Well, welcome.
Glad you're back.
Thank you for just having the meeting without me for most of the meeting.
We've been having a great time.
And Ron got me over the kangaroo pouch loop that I had a trouble with.
You had trouble with it? What? When you followed the directions?
You know, sometimes when you need just another person to walk you through, just to hold your hand.
Yeah, right.
Thank
Am
you,
I
Ron.
reading this correctly?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all I needed. And I'm like, okay, I was overthinking it.
Like most of my
So that-
instructions, you do exactly what it says, line by line, phrase by phrase.
Sung, I found that shawl. It's in the chat. It was on Ravelry.
Okay.
From
Thank
Ron.
you.
I'm sorry, not from Ron, from Wally.
Thank
Okay.
you, Nick, for being Cindy.
Thank you.
Today. I'm sure Cindy appreciates it as well. So I think you all might agree with me, but one of the best parts of knitting is coming up with great ideas for other people to knit.
Yeah.
Well, one of the
So
things
by
that
next-
I like about this meeting is it's like when I used to be able to go to my local yarn store and have like a community knit night and everybody just knits what they're bringing. You just learn so much from other knitters. Like this is perfect for that.
I'm wondering what size Sung's going to knit this jumper, because depending on how long she thinks it's going to take her,
I know.
is she going to be knitting it for a 12-year-old?
Oh,
Well, it's
Yeah, that's
18 months now. So even if it took you 6 months, you'd still just be working a 2T, which is pretty manageable.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yes. So I can't wait.
Yeah, I think
that's
seeing
great.
all of those examples of the short row projects and the like your inspiration photos with those curves and those waves,
Yes. Oh yeah.
exactly it. And then as Sumner mentioned, making big motifs either in intarsia or Swiss darning. And Frank will definitely come back and tell you all about his short row notation.
Mhm.
Oh,
But I would
earlier in the
I would
meeting we
think-
mentioned
Is that
I
right?
would think
Go ahead.
if your t-shirt, if your jumper's going to be fairly small, your gauge will have to be fairly small to get all the detail in.
Yes, I
I
know.
would think.
Fingerling weight probably
Yeah.
would be the best yarn to use. Yeah.
Because of the detail will get lost if you use too thick a yarn, won't it?
And this is what I was running into, because most sweaters, jumpers are not knit in fingerling weight for children. So I would have a hard time trying to adapt. So I mean, I was running into a wall. So
This is exactly why I bully people to Phrancko.
Yeah.
This is the sort of project that it sings for me. This is what I like.
Mhm.
You're careful, if you've taken your measurements properly and you've been careful with your measurements, you'll get a sweater that works at the end.
Yeah.
And Frank,
Yes.
you know what's that?
Oh, look at that. Oh, you're doing it, Sergio.
You got the weird thing.
Well, I might as well show you the progress I made on mine. And I'll show you because I tried it on. And there it is. I separated the body, the sleeves from the body.
Oh, that's cool.
And that series of chevrons across the upper chest is just a fabrication of the yarn. I didn't do anything to create that. It just pooled that way.
That's really
That's
cool.
in the perfect place as well, isn't it? Over
Yeah,
across your chest
it
to do
is.
that.
I'm
it's getting
imagining it's
beautiful,
going to
really
do that.
beautiful.
I'm imagining it's going to do it on the sleeve too, somewhere, and I don't know
Yeah.
where or how, but we'll see what happens.
Did
Wow.
you do the same on the back?
Yes, same
Yeah.
front and back. Goes all the way around that whole band.
Sweet.
It looks like you'll just be getting blips for the rest, right? Under your sleeve, you just got blips.
What do you mean under the sleeve?
Below the
Oh,
sleeve.
below the sleeve? Yeah, it's just random. Yeah.
And what
I've
was
done a
that
little bit
because of the
more,
number of stitches?
and that's the
Yeah.
so
I
there
love it.
it's upside down, so
Yeah.
the neck is at the bottom here, and there's the chevron, and then I've got just that much more that
Oh, it
I've
looks like
knitted
it's doing
between.
something.
Yeah,
Where you
And
are
so,
now.
oh yeah, right here it's doing
Yeah.
something.
yeah.
It's doing something. Did you recently switch to a new ball?
No,
It is just doing something. I do
it's
that
just
too
doing
sometimes.
something. No, that was my experiment. Just knit with the yarn and see what it does. That's what I wanted to do.
Sung was saying she wanted exactly not that. She wanted to be in complete control. That's why we all picked up torches and started chanting short row, short row, short row.
Yeah. And there isn't a part of this video that you need to edit out, Frank.
We've been very good.
Are you sure? Okay.
We didn't find the link to your hoodie, so you'll need to share that in the comments yourself.
What is that?
So
The
the link to your
hoodie
hoodie.
from Cast On, or the name of the hoodie.
Did you find it? You did not find it.
Not
No,
the
we didn't
link.
know which month and year of Cast On it was to tell everyone.
Oh, well, I can bring it up pretty quick.
Yeah, because I have the pattern and it doesn't say like on the pattern that I had, like I printed, it doesn't say on it.
You're kidding.
No,
The pattern from Cast On magazine?
but yeah, that's the one I have from Cast On. It's so I have the PDF version. It says TKGA, Knitting Guild Association, Plain and Simple Hoodie by Frank H. Jernigan. Gives a
Yeah.
link.
What about at the bottom of the page?
No, it says number 4, complex, medium, or in 3 languages. It says complex.
But
yeah, it doesn't.
the footer of the page, the footer of every page, I thought printed it anyway.
No,
Oh well, it doesn't matter.
whatever.
I have it right here. Let me.
But it's certainly been fun.
Yeah, if you just type plain and simple into the TKGA search bar, it comes straight up.
So here it is on Ravelry, and it says it's the summer of 2023 in Cast On magazine.
Yeah.
So that's where you can find it.
I was thinking of doing
Retain.
I-cord on the pocket and like where the pocket is garter. I was thinking of maybe I-cord, but I haven't made up my mind. I was going to swatch it. It has been a lot of fun though.
Mhm.
Well, it looks like it's about time to say goodbye, and I
Yeah.
feel like I just said hello. which I did. I'm glad I could do that. And thank you, Ron, for getting the meeting started. And
Absolutely. We had a great time today.
Yes.
thank you all for coming. It's great to see you all again.
Okay.
Oh, well,
Thanks for all your
we
help.
love you. Love
Thank
to
you for
meet
all
Thank
your
you,
help.
Ron.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good week. Goodness. It's asking me so many things to leave. Oh, because I'm a host. I can't just. Well, all right, Wally, leave.